major difference from last time what we mentioned. We have already requested and working with the agency to sort of work out a date. And as we had mentioned, we had also requested the agency to come and inspect us. So beyond this, it will be based on agency's decision and the calendar in which these things will get organized. I mean, specific details in so much details we'll not be able to sort of talk about, but we are moving in a direction. We have enormous amount of effort has gone in remediation and improvement of systems, qualities, etc. And we are in dialogue. Yeah. So we are looking at Colombia and Brazil in the immediate future. Colombia we already entered and started selling. Also, we got quite a few approvals, very relevant approvals in the oncology area. So we are hoping to shape the institution business in that country, and Brazil hopefully in 2 to 3 quarters will be entering with some meaningful assets. I think more or less every year we'll try to increase footprint by 1 or 2 countries through a very specific strategic approach on a certain therapy. Look, the pricing headwinds in the US context will always continue. The market has got consolidated between 4 specific customers currently, which used to be much more earlier due to gradual mergers. So headwinds on pricing will continue, and quarter on quarter it will vary. The last quarter was more severe, this quarter is more mellowed, but it all depends on which assets, which companies, so it will vary from company to company, quarter to quarter. But the broad directional headwind on price erosion will continue. Now, having said that, where is the growth going to come from? It's this, the story remains the same. I have explained earlier as well. Unless one is able to meaningfully continue to launch in this market, the story becomes irrelevant. And hence, it's important that the pipeline continues to deliver, approvals continue to come through, and our launch management teams continue to perform. Venezuela hasn't changed a lot, although we are in close touch with the government on few areas, few molecules. There is order in hand and discussions in progress how we can ensure payment before we engage in commercial dispatch. We are pretty close. Beyond that, I wouldn't say anything. The oil remains firm, which is a good sign, but politically, I think the situation is a little volatile there, to say the least. But at the same time, we have to ensure that we get the money, and hence the delay in sort of starting up. As far as the second half is concerned, I mean, forward-looking things we'll not be able to say in terms of numbers, but we hope to sort of QOQ keep improving. Not much progress on that front. I think it will have to be standalone discussions. I mean, those government discussions are in progress, but we'll have to keep our efforts on in terms of especially in certain oncology drugs and all that, which are very essential even for humanitarian reasons. I mean, it's important that the country gets those drugs, but at the same time, you also run the business. So we're trying to sort of see whether, even if you discount, whether they can give advance payment and then we can make a deal. We are close. But I think as it happens, we'll let you know. Every country which is heavily dependent on commodities took a very major hit in the last 2 to 3 years, as you know. So it will be natural that there will be some pressures everywhere. But broadly, if you see, the headwinds in the emerging markets have, to a reasonable extent, died down and factored in. Routine business pressures are always there, but you can see Russia is clearly, ruble has been very, very stable. Our organic growth once again has started kicking in. So we look ahead on quarter improvements and see how it sort of goes ahead. You said Nigeria. We're not in Nigeria.